I don't know my father.
Banter.
There we go. We are stalling while they set up this keyboard. If you haven't noticed, we have a new member, Samuel Forbes.
You might recognize him from the show you just watched.
So what we do for you is we put on a completely improvised musical. We have no idea what we're doing. We'll find out soon. What we need is a suggestion of, you know what? Let's get something that I haven't asked for before, but I have. What's one of your biggest fears in life? What's one of your biggest fears in life?
Failure.
Okay, failure. Why failure? Of what?
Burnt food.
Life.
Of life?
Failure of life.
Okay, well, if you could like categorize that, like, because there's
Romantic failure,
No,
social
I'm good with
failure.
that.
social failure, career failure.
Who are you
Let's
here
narrow
for?
it down.
I'm Chrissy Nichols.
Okay, I will stop asking you questions.
She's good with that because she hasn't.
What are some
failed.
of you
That's
afraid
the-
of failing at? Shout them out.
Job rejection.
What was that?
Job rejection.
Job rejection? That's tough. Have
Board
you been
games.
rejected from any jobs?
I don't want to say.
As I'm just like peeling away the layers. Peeling away the layers. Okay, rejection. Failure. Rejection and failure.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the musical Rejection and Failure with a little bit of overture from David Lockwood. My dear, I fear this winter's too cold, and all our crops are too old to produce any food. My dear, I fear that we're going to die. It's here in my eye that it's all gone cold. I've stood here staring at the crops for hours, and all I see is ashes, death, and destruction. I'm afraid the farm will not be ours any longer. I have failed you. I do not fear, for I know the cold. I do not fear, I'm not very old. I have no fear, I felt the pains of hunger, sharp and deep. I do not fear, for I am stronger than those that are weak. You say these things, and I know I do not deserve a wife such as you. But as it is, your words will do nothing to bring our farm back from ruin. I must away to the city. I must find money to bring back to you and the boy. If I do not, well, there'll be nothing left. Take care, my sweet one.
where my mom raised me.
Hi!
Hey. Hey, Mary Beth.
Hi, Johnny Joe.
Some good skipping there.
Thanks. I'm skipping all day.
I love the hope in your eyes, Mary Beth.
Thanks. I love the optimism in your smile.
Thank you. I remember sometimes when Mrs. Kathy would be writing the board, I would turn back and I would see your great smile.
But I like your smile.
Oh, thanks, Mary Beth. I love the city. It's so great. There's so many smiles and people like Mary Beth. I love the city. Whoa, it just takes my breath. Oh, Mary Beth. I love the city because you're in it. People like you. I'm all in it. Nice eyes.
Nice smile.
Oh, there's a beggar at my feet.
Please, children, I have come so far to seek the wealth of the city.
There's so much wealth to be had. Let me help you up.
I am weak. I am weak with hunger.
I think you have a bit of a half a bagel in my pocket.
You can have my jump rope. Oh, that's not what it's for.
She eats it like fruit by the foot.
Yes.
I think it's a man just with a long hair.
We are very androgynous in the country. Tell me, where did you get such foodstuffs? I have not seen its like in my time.
I paid a pretty penny. I shined it. Everything's cheap in the city.
You have pennies here.
Yes. Coinage. I worked a hard days and made 3 pennies.
Oh, child, there are riches of plenty to be found in such a place. Where I come from, we have had to resort to sad barter of pox-ridden blankets.
He does come from the country.
It's all right, I'll accept either pronoun at this point. Children, you don't understand where I come from. We have very little in the way of happiness or food. I come seeking wealth for my wife and my child. But at the end is crunchy.
Plastic handle.
I must know where you go to find such pennies, my friends.
Well,
Where is this wealth that you speak
I
of?
deliver the paper every morning.
Paper.
Yeah.
You can print paper in this town.
Well, I suppose I get my pennies a different way.
Oh.
How, child? Tell me.
I scoop them off the shelf. My mom and dad put them there. And that's how I save a penny a day. Sometimes when I'm at school,
Oh, such an idea. I had not thought of such a thing before. my wife and child.
Well, if I have pennies at my house, there's probably pennies in every house.
See,
I have some in my pocket right now.
Wow, I bet there's pennies in every pocket.
pennies in every pocket.
Maybe.
Makes sense.
You know, where I come from, reaching into someone's pocket is known as thieving.
Oh, those are country rules.
Yeah.
These are city rules.
I see. So you're saying if I just reach into a pocket, I'll find the change I need. If I just reach into a pocket, then I'll have everything I need. And so I'll go into town and I'll reach into as many pockets as I can. And then I won't be a failure of a man. Or woman, depending on how you look at it.
Just make sure you're good at getting things out of people's pockets. Sometimes I get confused. And then I don't know. Sometimes my hand just stays in there.
People's pockets?
I've never tried someone else's pocket before, but I imagine it's the same.
Then you two must help me, children. You seem small enough that nobody would notice you. Perhaps if we go out together, we can double our earnings and take home all the wealth to my family.
Okay.
That sounds good. What's my quality?
Well, you smile nice. Perhaps you could distract the passers-by as we steal.
An actor. I've always wanted to be an actor.
You'd be great.
Thanks.
We don't have acting in the country. It's a pleasure that no one can afford. Shall we, children?
Yeah! We shall!
We just reach into a pocket.
Into a pocket.
Into a pocket. Into a pocket. We'll have able to sock it, rock it, oh my God,
And pennies.
oh,
Oh,
sorry.
is that how you end songs in the country?
Yes, we just have an abrupt stop. All right. There are many people walking around this place. I assume that we just pick one and go about our business.
Well, I'll do the distracting.
All right.
Hi, Mr. Jones.
Well, hello there.
Hi.
Top of the morning to you.
Did you deliver the milk already?
Oh, yes, I did. And
Wow.
I made a small fortune from delivering it. I went to each and every house down the street and I said, here's your milk. And they said, well, here's money. And then I took that money and I put it into my back pocket. And now I'll go home and hang out with my family.
What a fascinating day.
Ta-ta now.
Ta-ta! That's French.
Good job just standing in front of him while he talked to her.
I did it.
You acted really good.
Thanks. You were the words to my expression.
That's poetic.
I got 4 pennies off.
4 pennies. Woo-wee.
All right. Keep going, children. I'll scan the perimeter.
Sounds good. Oh, look. Here comes Mrs. Betty. Excuse me, Mrs. Betty.
Oh, hello.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing quite well today.
How's the little munchkin?
Oh. I just adore when people pet my little Yorkie.
I've always been fascinated with other living creatures.
Oh, really?
Human, animal, all of them.
Well, you should come by sometime. I've got...
Bye.
Oh.
Wonderful,
Did
children.
it.
We're up to 12 pennies.
Well, that should be enough for the country.
No, it's not enough.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get greedy.
It's never enough. You don't know what it's like to open up your porch door, look out from the veranda.
Have you heard the story of the boy who took too much?
No, I can't say I have in the country.
It's a city tale.
Tell us this story.
There was a boy, he took too much. His hand was in everything. It was too much. There was a boy who took everything. Stuff here, stuff there, stuff everywhere. There was a boy who took too much. He took his parents, all their stuff. He took their grandparents, all their stuff. There was a boy who took everything, but shame crept up behind him. Chills down his spine, chills everywhere. He felt shame, he felt guilt, he felt anxious all inside. There was a boy who was corrupted by the things he took, the things he stole. His life passed on by. There was a boy.
Wow.
That's the story.
That didn't tell me anything about not wanting to steal me.
It's just kind of redundant of there was a guy who took too much.
Oh. There is never enough for my family. My family deserves the best, and the best they shall get.
Don't let the emotions creep up on you.
I will let any emotion creep up on me if it helps my family. I will not return a failure.
Well, Mr. Failure, poor countryman, I don't think you know what you're saying. Emotions are pretty sneaky. They're invisible, and they sneak up on you, and then they make you feel things inside that aren't smiles.
The greatest sleight of hand is an emotion.
Fine, if you won't go along with me, I'll do it myself.
It's been nice working for you, but I want to keep my smile.
Me too.
Let's go buy a jump rope.
You know nothing of hardship! You know nothing! Nothing! Theft, steal, burglary, more. No.
Enough is enough!
No,
It's enough is
Oh,
enough!
pennies! Stop! What do these children know of pain? What do they know of what it is to provide for a family? They know nothing! They see nothing of the despair in my sight! We are demons of emotion and dance and dance
And dance.
and dance! You shall dance our dance of shame! I am not your puppet! Oh, but aren't you? Don't you want more pennies? I do.
More pennies, more dance.
The dance!
Now you see what you've become. You are but a penny puppet,
No!
and you shall never be your own. That's right.
boy suffer enough?
My boy will never know suffering. I will give him what he needs. I will give him the pennies. Oh, it's still midday and I haven't stolen anything more yet. I shall remedy that soon enough.
Everything looks great. Everything looks great.
Constable,
Hey,
how's everything looking on this corner?
Madam Trioche, everything is great.
Oh, good.
I don't see a bit of crime anywhere.
Well, I hope not.
Would you itch my mustache?
Oh, gladly. Which side?
All of it, all of it. That's good. I'm too busy holding my belt.
I'm happy to serve a public servant in any capacity.
Thank you, Madam Trioche. Everything's good. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Oh, hey, countryman.
Good day, sir.
You are trying to pickpocket me?
No, I wasn't trying to do such a thing.
You were?
No, ask the girl. I wasn't trying to do anything of the sort.
He's just looking for pennies.
That's condemning if I've ever heard a condemning sentence.
No.
It's not condemning.
And here I thought it was a good day with a good mustache scratch.
No, good constable.
You have gone too far.
I have gone nowhere at all. I've simply done what was necessary. Pennies!
My pouch!
Oh, my poor husband out there in the city. I know not where he may be. But our child is my only comfort at this time. Reginald!
How you doing, Mama? Doing good?
I am very well.
When's Daddy coming home?
I don't think he's... Oh, my dear!
Daddy! Daddy! It's gotten cold.
I have returned victorious.
Are those pennies?
They are pennies.
Silly pennies.
I have walked for 5 minutes to bring you these pennies, to bring good health and fortune to our farm. But I fear I have run so far.
Daddy, this is so much pennies. We only need a little bit.
No, never for you, my son, for you, my wife. I would bring back all the pennies in China.
These pennies shall surely see us through this cold, cold winter.
Yes.
Mommy, is Daddy going to perish?
I don't know.
He's hanging on by a little thread.
My dearest, know that what I have done for you. Come closer, dearest.
Did you catch a city flu?
I have caught emotion.
Not emotion.
The greatest sleight of hand of them all.
One learns many things in the city. I would pray that you use these pennies to never go to such a place.
Reginald,
Mommy,
do you hear your father? You must never go to the cities. Not for pennies. Not for shekels. Not for tuppence.
Just, if an old constable ever comes by, you don't know me. You've never known me. Bury me out amongst the crops.
No, Daddy!
Let my body fertilize them for years to come.
No, Daddy!
Yes, Reginald, you are the man of the house now, and you will not be a failure.
I would pay a million pennies for you to not die right now.
Reginald, it is up to you. Take your father. Bury him out in the field.
I'm not dead yet. Hold on.
You're close enough.
No, just give me a moment.
It's time.
Wait, hold on. I think I am due just a few more seconds of life after getting you those pennies, okay?
I'd pay a million pennies for just a few more seconds. No. I take it back.
That was a few more seconds, Reginald.
So, Daddy.
We must honor him by using these pennies wisely.
Those pennies are corrupt. My daddy died with those pennies. We must never use them.
Not use the pennies.
Not use them.
But then, no, what are you doing? Use the sacrifice was for nothing.
What the hell are you doing? He would have wanted it this way.
No, that's not what I died for at all. I suppose
He traveled all the way to the city to teach us a lesson.
that's not what I did at all. We should bury the pennies.
Yes.
Out in the field.
What the hell are you thinking?
And who knows? Perhaps a penny tree will bloom.
Have you learned nothing I